On this edition of Falmouth in Focus, a visit to a newly opened Falmouth Resource Center for those on the path of recovery from substance abuse. A walk in the woods with the 300 Committee as it maps out a conservation and affordable housing project in North Falmouth. And a Christmas miracle as an angel gets his wings right here in town in a local production of It's a Wonderful Life. Our preview is straight ahead on Falmouth in Focus, starting right now. Hello and welcome to Falmouth in Focus, our bi-monthly roundup of local events and FCTV member engagement with the community. I'm Eileen Preston. Let's start the show with a round of applause.
Congratulations, and thank you for your work.
Members of the Select Board clapped after reading a proclamation in praise of the newly opened Falmouth Peer Recovery Center. It's in the Kenyon's Shopping Plaza over in East Falmouth. The center is under the umbrella of the Gandara Network, a public health organization named for the noted physician and dedicated public servant, Dr. Jose Gandara. The Falmouth Center provides a space for those in recovery to hold meetings, have a hot meal, and even do some laundry. Most importantly, it's a shared space where those who are struggling can feel reassured they are not alone. I headed over there the other morning and spoke to the center's director, A.J. Wilsey.
What we are is a peer-led, peer-driven recovery center. Any meetings that want to go on, they would come meet with the community at a community meeting, and the members will decide if they like that for their center or not. Any activities they want to do, if they want to go bowling, stuff like that, the members will decide if they want to do that. Then it will go to an advisory board, and then it comes to me last. So the members make all the decisions. You volunteer, the members work the front desk, they answer the phones, they show people the center. So it gives them a sense of belonging when they first get in early recovery. We do have a recovery coach that's in-house all day that does help support with all the job search and all that, but nothing's clinical here and all our services are free. We don't charge for anything here because we're funded through the state.
So an average person would come in and sort of like hang out for a couple of hours, or could you, what would you?
Yeah, probably. So the goal is to have them not come get complacent and just sit here for 8 hours a day doing nothing.
So what do you do
right?
about
So
that?
our goal is we have them, we support them, we do groups. When they are just sitting, we say, hey, what's your goals? Let's come up with a goal list. Let's get on the computer. Let's do job search, housing search, things like that. And eventually we'll have a van. So if they have a place they need to go for a job interview that's local, we could drive them over there and provide services like that. But on Fridays, our goal is to do something that's brand new we just thought of here. It's like Freestyle Friday. You come in, we play pool, we play video games, we watch TV, we have fun as a recovery community, not just about groups and meetings. There will be the 10 a.m. meeting, which we have every day no matter what. When you first walk in, someone will greet you right there. And everyone has to sign in as they come in so we know who came in for the day. And then someone will greet you. If you haven't been here before, they'll show you the center, they'll tell you about the center. This is the computers that the members can use.
Okay.
So,
these are for members. Great.
Yep, they come in, they can use these, they can do their housing search, a job search, they can just scroll on the computer, things like that. We're gonna have their own little private printers here so they can print up their stuff, things like that.
And people in recovery have children, which
Yes,
it looks like you've got their
it's huge
needs.
to me because I'm a single father of 3 children. I have 4, but I'm raising 3 by myself.
Oh, okay.
So it's important, like nighttime meetings, like we don't try to promote huge during the day where you just come hang out with your kids all day. But yeah, if there's a meeting you want to come, do that, of course.
And it's something you really don't think about until you need it, and then you really need it, right?
Yeah, because I go to meetings and I see what's lacking here. I would love to have this for my kids, and we was able to provide it. This is the one missing piece to the puzzle in Falmouth. We have treatment centers, we have meetings, we have everything, but we don't have a safe place for people in recovery to go that are just fresh out into a sober house. What do they do today? They don't have a job yet, they're not working, they're stuck without a car. Yeah. We're on the bus route, you can come right down here and we'll help you with all that stuff, or just come hang out with us,
I think one of the hardest things to stay in recovery, maybe, I'm guessing, is a little bit of shame. So this sort of takes it away because you're in community with people who are talking about it and making it normal and saying, that was yesterday, today, we're going to get you a job, you're going to get some goals and ideas, am I right?
Yeah, so when you come in here, probably everyone in here has been through the same stuff you've been through. If not the same situations, has felt the same feelings. So they all been in the same position. All the staff is in recovery. They all are active in their recovery in the community. So that's what we're here for, you know, to provide you that safe place to go where you feel comfortable right when you walk in the doors. That's why I do this. My biggest why is people can change. And I know people can change because I changed. You know, I'm in recovery myself going on 5 years. And I would never imagine this life for myself. Thank you.
Yeah, now you're a director.
Yeah, you know, and it's really, it's a great feeling and it's good and it's something I feel like I've been training to do my whole life because of the lifestyle I lived. Yeah. I've been preparing myself for this not knowing about it. So now that I'm here, it just seems so natural and comfortable. Like my fear of speaking to people is completely gone. I can get up in front of so many people and speak if I have to. I could never do that before. It's just because it feels like this is where I was meant to be.
If you or someone you care about is seeking a path to recovery or wants to lend a helping hand, the Peer Recovery Center's doors are open. They're in the Kenyons Market Plaza and their phone number is 508-996-8900. When Falmouth in Focus returns, building new bridges between conservation and affordable housing. And later, the Falmouth Theater Guild breathes musical life into a Christmas classic.
For 40 years, the Cape and Islands Veterans Outreach Center has been singularly dedicated to providing comprehensive, life-sustaining services for veterans and their families on Cape Cod and the islands. The Cape and Islands Veterans Outreach Center has a food pantry to help veterans and their families to address challenges faced by food insecurities and hunger. We have a food distribution center at 223 Stevens Street in Hyannis, open every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. to pick up fresh produce, canned goods, chicken, pork and beef, toiletries, and other necessities. In addition, our mobile food pantry goes to the AMVETS Post 70 in Falmouth every first and third Tuesday of the month, and the Elks Lodge in Eastham on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. Every third Wednesday of the month, we are at the American Legion in Vineyard Haven. If you are a homebound veteran and unable to drive, we also have a home delivery program.
Heroes in Transition is a local nonprofit that helps support current and former military service members and their immediate families. Here's more about an organization that gives back to our community.
We're a group of people that generally solve things on our own. And when you get a group of guys together like that, if you were just to ask us how are you doing? We'd say, I'm doing fine. That's automatically what we say. But you get here and you start to open up in front of each other. It's not really a therapy session, it's just, you know that everybody's actively listening to what you're going through. You know, if you're having an off week, but somebody else has had some real victories that week, you kind of revel in those victories that they've had, and then you look for them for yourself. So, you know, going through it with the other guys has been a big part of what makes it successful.
The fact that they do recognize, you know, that the families and spouses are just as important as, you know, because they serve too. And it's definitely really special to be able to come together as a family and see all the other families that are there and having a good time and just taking a moment to, you know, just have fun and, you know, forget about all the other stresses in life and the fact that you're thousands of miles away from your family.
One thing that I think a lot of spouses appreciate is that you can show up and be part of a group, but also have your own little space to experience what's happening. You don't feel a lot of pressure to do things a certain way or be involved in a certain way. The way they structure these events and they show up, it really allows your family to have its experience. It doesn't have to be all about, you know, being together as this big group. And so I appreciate that there's this like open family experience, but yet there's a lot of respect for our individual families' experience. And so I think that that would probably be one of the things that I would tell somebody is that you're given so much opportunity and so much support, but you're also, that space that you might need is so respected and valued, and you can kind of go in it at your own pace. You know, there's no requirements, and I think having that pressure off makes it more approachable.
I think that if you're struggling with anything, whether it's finding friends, finding a group, finding a connection with your spouse, going like financially, just functionally, I implore you to reach out. They have amazing programs, amazing services, and I am so thankful for what they do for our Cape Cod community.
When you support Heroes in Transition, you're directly supporting the programs that reach out and find our local veterans that need help. And before, 10 years ago, there wasn't really a strong group on the Cape supporting veterans. And this thing just keeps getting bigger every year, and it impresses me what they're accomplishing. And I think everybody should get involved.
Local Land Trust, the 300 Committee, has been making moves toward acquiring 57 acres of conservation land in North Falmouth along Benjamin Nye Lane. The committee still needs to clear a few hurdles as far as approvals and funding are concerned. But if successful, the project would allocate 7 acres to affordable housing in partnership with Habitat for Humanity. 300 Committee Executive Director Jessica Wittenauer and Board Member Michael Duffany take us on a little walk on the grounds.
We are standing on a 56-acre property that the 300 Committee now has under agreement. The owners are Ruth and Stephen Augusta, and we were able to reach an agreement with the Augustas in October for the 300 Committee to buy this land. We'll be preserving 50 acres, and we're partnering with Habitat for Humanity for developing affordable housing on 7.5 acres here.
This has been, as a single piece, this is probably our largest acquisition of a single piece. We have combined other pieces in the past when we gifted Falmouth its 300 acres to begin with. So there have been some large acquisitions. But what's special about this one here is the partnering piece of it that has really come to fruition over the years, that makes good sense to take and what's the word that I'm looking for here, to undevelop, if you will, a parcel of land that has served as a single family home for some time, and be able to build a number of homes on it while saving the conservation land. It's really very novel, if you will, and I think it says a lot about where we're going here in the future for acquisition, because we have multiple needs. As you can see, it allows some vast area that's fairly flat. Might have some slight drop-offs here and there, which should make it conducive to like a walkout situation, but it's a nice flat piece of upland here that's well treed.
As of now, our plan is to complete this purchase in January of 2025 in 2 phases. Buy half the land in 2025, the remaining half in 2026. So we will develop, once we own the entirety of the property, we'll develop a trail system. So there will be a trailhead, public trailhead. We're always sensitive to wetlands and vernal pools and ensuring that we're protecting conservation values while balancing out the public access. It's a great property to be able to have folks come to for exploration.
This house is about 100 years old. It believe it goes back to the early 1900s. And it was a family home that was enlarged over the years as Cape Cod homes enlarged for the needs of the growing families. It unfortunately does not have some of the efficiencies that we have in homes today. And to undo this and to bring the efficiencies in, you'd spend more money than you would building a new home with proper layout and so forth. So it's a double-edged sword. It's sad to see it go, but by the same token, its availability to produce more housing from this same spot is incredible. So it's going to give back many times over.
And Michael Duffany, who you just saw there, recently celebrated a big occasion at the Seacrest Beach Hotel.
I, Michael Duffany, do solemnly swear.
He was formally sworn in as the incoming president of the Home Builders and Remodelers Association of Massachusetts for the year 2024. He promised to fight for the best interests of the industry, as well as for homeowners on issues such as energy code compliance, fossil fuel bans, and septic regulations. Massachusetts Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll was also on hand to make some remarks on the overall building and housing environment in our state.
The dream of home ownership should be attainable for all, not just a select few. I think we all agree on that. And it is our duty to work towards an innovative solutions and that create quality housing that are accessible to a broader spectrum of our society by ongoing collaboration with policymakers, that with nonprofits, with communities and developers. Together, we can help shape policies that facilitate affordability.
The number one issue that we hear about from local leaders, folks on the ground, is housing. The number two issue is housing. The number three issue is housing. When we're talking with our business community, our employers, I've seen this shift happen over time as mayor. 2 or 3 years ago, if we were talking to our business community about what their biggest issues were, it might be workforce, it might be taxes, it might be traffic. When we talk with them today, the issue that's on the top of their list is housing.
Congratulations to Mike Duffany. You'll do great in your new role. Let's take a quick break, and in just a moment, Christmas in the halls of Highfield, and a theatrical trip to Bedford Falls.
Mom, isn't that this one? See, mi amor, I'm sure they will love it.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? Got some toys to donate.
All right. Thanks for your donation.
Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to give, your donation sends a message of hope to millions of less fortunate children across America. So they too can enjoy the magic of Christmas.
Let's step now into a winter wonderland as we unveil the magic behind the Holidays Through the Generations event at Highfield Hall. It's not just an exhibition. It's a captivating journey through time, from the 19th century to the present day. Lead designers Sandra Cavallo and Sarah Pring bring us this exclusive tour.
The Highfield curator gave us some great information. She gave us a family history, and she also started to show us original documents.
Right, the Christmas list. Frank Beebe had his Christmas list of all the gifts that he was going to give to the people in the community and to his friends. So we just thought that that's where we had to start.
How the Beebe family would have spent their Christmas morning. And so we knew that Victorian times, we wanted to show the very deep colors and the rich fabrics, and
over the top were neat.
Yes, exactly.
Victorian times were really the decor, everything was just over the top. We really wanted for the 20s to play on Prohibition, and so we made this like a great cocktail party. We wanted to play on a little bit of femininity here and make it sparkly and fun.
A very sort of decadent, opulent display, and a real contrast from the deep, dark colors of the Victorian era to a sort of crystal and silver and light and bright.
Sparkle.
It's such a lovely space, this landing, with this enormous, beautifully ornate mirror and these wonderful windows, that we wanted to find something that would really show it off. And so we decided to do a sort of 1930s ski lodge outdoor spot.
It feels very natural up here, and yet it allows you to see the architecture, which is pretty detailed and ornate. But it does feel cozy and outdoorsy, and this area for me makes me want to come sit, have a cup of hot chocolate.
So the 1940s, we wanted to focus on the war period and a living room during the Second World War, and the family. The idea was it was a family whose son has gone off to war, and there's a picture there which was our sort of starting point, and the family's at home celebrating Christmas but hoping that the son will return soon or will be back home for next Christmas. Because the 1950s, the colours that were so evocative of the era, the mint green and the reds, obviously for Christmas that's perfect. And we did get a lot of items. We almost got too many, and it was almost overwhelming to like, how do we arrange them in ways that kind of looks attractive and looks inviting for people to come in and sort of explore. One lovely aspect of the whole project was we were having to borrow and find all the little pieces that would make up the vignettes for each room. We had the help of Hand in Hand Thrift Store, which is the service centre's thrift store.
They had so many great things, and we got so inspired there. It really helped us to see the generations, the different decades. So when you go through a shop like Hand in Hand, it was like, oh, this is so 20s. Wow, this is totally 40s. And now, like, we literally got the inspiration for the 50s room by those little frosted glasses, and everything came together just from those little glasses. So it was great to work with them, and they were really helpful, generous.
Yes, and what's really lovely is everything's going to go back there after the show has closed here, and it's going to be sold. It's from the 13th of December, and then it's going to say as seen at Holidays at Highfield. So hopefully people will go.
That's awesome. So everybody can go and see the stuff. They see it here, and then they can go get it there.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope that Sandra and Sarah provided you with some great inspiration here at Holidays at Highfield. We welcome you to come join us. We are open for the next 2 weekends from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There are also other things to enjoy here at Holidays at Highfield. We've got the creche room, of course, the gift shop. We have a story room. We have a craft room, and of course, a new story walk book in our Beech Tree Path. So there truly is something here for everyone, and we hope you'll come along and join us this year.
Right next door to Highfield Hall, audiences are invited to visit Bedford Falls with a brief stop in Pottersville. Those, of course, are the settings of It's a Wonderful Life. The iconic movie is being staged as a musical by the Falmouth Theater Guild. Here's a little preview.
I think people will really see that it's very close to the movie. I mean, I sat there with the script watching the movie saying, okay, there's parts left out that actually turn into songs.
The most beautiful night of the year, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve.
Movies, they will say, no, we got to do that one again until it's perfect. There is no perfection in theater. Something is always bound to happen, but it is live, and I think nowadays it's really important for our young people so they're not glued to their, things, and come to a live show.
You are now in Bedford Falls. The falls are fine and friendly, and the neighbors come to call. The neighbors one and all.
We have a very demanding choreographer, and I'm not really a big dancer, so that's been really challenging, but I think people will really see the work we've put into it once we perform that. And I won't say too much in case you haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life.
Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve.
What's great is we have an opportunity to perform as a family for the first time. So myself and Megan and our 2 children, Sadie and Millie. So Sadie's the oldest. She's in 2nd grade and Millie's in kindergarten. And it's their first time on stage, and they get to be our real life daughters and our on-stage daughters.
You can see they're catching the theater bug. And when we go to bed at night, they just start, you can tell they're going through the scenes in their heads and they want to talk about it. Were you guys nervous at the audition?
A little.
A little. Were you nervous at the audition?
Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
Sharing stories we all love to hear, making memories with those we hold dear.
It's been so much fun. I got involved because there was an ad in the local paper, and I encourage people to look for that. And if they've ever had a dream or an idea of getting involved in a play, to me, this is the place to come.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells.
Falmouth loves Christmas and the holidays. They really do. This is FTG's Christmas card to the community.
It's a Wonderful Life has its run from December 1st through the 17th. Go to falmouththeaterguild.org for more information. That's going to wrap up our show for the moment. I'm Eileen Preston. We're going to leave you today with some performances from FCTV's recent 30th anniversary block party. Despite the glum weather overhead, our musical and dance artists shined brightly. We'll see you next time.
Little did they know a new culture would hatch, and mad love to the pioneers. The match we want for nogs that I represent can quote the 120 or the 5%. Here's an oral tradition, something that you did not invent, and the fraudulent rap lyrics that you present, delusional. And you